Hello everybody and welcome to the event review for the upcoming event Idle Heroes. This would be for the week of May the 10th, 2024. And this week is the new Dark Hero, Alikita. And it's a fairly decent sized summoning event. You get the usual summon event stuff. You get these chips that are the main event currency for this week. You get 20 per loop. You also get copies of Asmodel and of course Alikita if you do the loops. Palace of Eternity as well. But the main part of the event is the using those chips to go through the sea of data. And basically, the way this works, I'm going to scroll down here to this. Every floor has some amount of minor, severe, and moderate. Those names are backwards, but minor, moderate, and severe contamination. These ones basically take one chip. These ones take 4. These ones take 16. You can high roll and do it in less, but those are the basic numbers, assuming you low roll. So this one will take 6 plus 4 is 10 total. 8 plus another 2 times 4 is another 8, so 16 to do floor 2, and then 10, 12, and 16 for a total of 38. So basically it winds up being 64 to do every set of 3 floors. And every third floor has a severe contamination. Those are the ones that gave you the top rewards. So basically, if you do a floor with minor, you get one basic thing. Moderate, you get one of these, and these do not repeat. That's why everything's duplicated, is you can only get each of these once. There's 36 total if you max out the event, and 36 prizes, you can see. And when you do the ones with severe, that's when you get the top rewards. So one severe is an artifact, second is a core chest, third is an origin artifact or a sub chest. It's the usual sort of event lineup. You get 1 for each of the first 6. For doing 7 and 8, you get 2, and that gets you the clear all areas bonus if you max out the event. So yeah, that is basically what you do. You get that, and now the interesting thing to note is you don't need to do, normally for these events, floors 1 through 8 are all about equally far apart. Here, 1 through 4 are there, and then you get 5 and 6, 7 and 8. So this does telescope at the high end, where you, if you get towards the end of the event, it ends a little faster than you would otherwise assume. But you really do have to be towards the high end of the event. This, to max out the event, is about $750 plus 2,000 scrolls. Now that's assuming you low roll. If you high roll, it'll be a bit less. And on that sort of skill, you're going to high roll at least a little bit. But ballpark, you're looking at spending about $750 to max this out. And that gets you the rewards we've come to see as standard for big events. You get a total of 10 from this, plus 4 as your bonus for maxing it out. And you also get some VIP rewards. And there is a gem event that gives an artifact, as well as some more chips for the main event. Now, one interesting thing about the gem event this week is you can choose to spend either gems or starry gems. I don't think it's a good option. Like, the starry gems are way more expensive. Basically, it's 25,000 gems or 1,500 starry gems, or you can mix and match. But the gems give these as your random rewards. The starry gems give these. These are a bit better. Like, you get core shards, almost certainly just 1 shard per chest, but it's there. Bit of Spirit Vein, bit of Aurora. And the numbers are a little bit higher on your subs and stellar and crystals. But 50 starry gems is worth a lot more than 30 starry gems is worth a lot more than 500 gems. And I don't think the rewards are high enough to justify it. If these rewards were maybe double what they are here, I might go for it. But these are a little too low to make sense, I think. And it looks as though, from the Chinese spoilers, which we'll get to in a second, you can only do 50 total. You don't get like 50 of these and 50 of these. So I don't think there's much point in going for the Star Gem option here. It's interesting to see them branching out and trying new things, but I don't think the numbers really work for this one. So spend your 25,000 gems, get some random rewards, get your artifact, and a bit of main event currency. There's also a virus screening event, which just gives like a handful of gems. I don't find this all that impressive. It's free gems, like take it, but it's not really that interesting. The loop protocol is basically you get some extra scrolls for doing it. So you get, by the end of the day, 260 scrolls if you max the event, 26 cores, and 650,000 each of stellar and crystals, and 5 copies of Alikita. This, as usual, the right-hand column does require spending, Basically, you get that if you max out the relay. The relay is $97 this week, so pretty normal relay. You also have a VIP event, which by itself doesn't look that good, but combined with the other stuff, it's all right. Like if you're maxing out the event, it's nice throw-ins. You get a few treasures, an Origin artifact, sub or core, and a Destiny badge. So it's something. There's Flash Exchange for Patricia and Yormtom. Me. Honestly, these events, I get the impression they were probably good in like 2019, but I have not cared about any of them since I've started playing, really. They're just like, okay, I guess I can spend my soul stones on things, but whatever. The relay, though, is pretty similar to some past relays we've seen. It works out to giving you 45 of the event currency, 2,700 Prism Starry Gems, 30 cores, 700,000 stellar. This is a slight difference from past. Normally in past, this one would have been crystals. This time it's stellar, so that's a little better. Plus some relics, that bonus stuff for your summons, and of course the artifact essence. This is fairly typical. It's not a bad relay. I mean, do that, spend an extra few bucks to get to the $100 level, and you get yourself an orange artifact, an orange treasure. That'll get you, depending on how many scrolls you spend, either 2 or 3 main event rewards. It's not a bad way to spend $100. But it's not really jumping off the page anything incredible. It's decent. I find I see that a lot during events these days. They've generally made events all at a similar enough power level. The big difference for these big events is whether it is you must spend on the event packs or you can spend on anything. This is a you can spend on anything event. Basically, you get 1 extra event currency for every $3 you spend. And that is, like, it's not in the value packs. If we get down to the value packs, those are, don't spend on the value packs. There's nothing really interesting there. What you're going to be spending on this week if you do buy is probably things like topping up your cards, the monthly pack that gives you, like, a bunch of sublimation, 108,000 of it, Prism Starry Gems, things like that. So if you are going to max out the event, figure out what you want to spend on, because it is open to your judgment. Like, you can spend on whatever you like. Yeah, this one maxes out at $300 because these are every $50 you get a new reward. Again, don't do it for this, but if you are looking at spending anyway, this is not a bad extra bit. And yes, at the end of the day, if you want to max out the event, assuming you low roll, it's 2,000 scrolls and $750. Realistically, it'll probably be a bit less, but see how the event goes. And for that, you get 5 Origin artifacts and a total of 18 top rewards. So it's not as good as some events we've seen, but it's all right. The fact that it is a scroll event does make it a little less appealing. Generally, orb and coin events are better because those ones get used less, whereas every scroll event is at least fairly large. So there's a lot of competition for scrolls, but I think if you're going to max this one, yeah, go for it. If you're the sort of person who maxes everything, max everything. If you're the sort of person who maxes one event every once in a while, I wouldn't go for this one. I'd go for one of the ones where you buy event packs because, frankly, it's a lot cheaper. You can max 2 of those for every one of these, and I think that's a better use of your money. Like, yes, you can get more prisms in this one, but I don't think it's worth the extra, like, $300-400. And if you are a low spender, the relay is not bad. Spend the extra $3 to get that Origin artifact as well from the VIP rewards. But yeah, and for free to play, basically, you're going to need to spend a few hundred scrolls if you want to get that first artifact. Exact numbers TBD. We don't have information on your crit chances, but a few hundred scrolls for that is all right, especially because it does come with a treasure thrown in. And you basically have to do like all 2,000 scrolls in order to get this second row. I don't think that makes sense. That's way too expensive for a core chest. So I would not do that as a free-to-play, but spend your 25,000 gems, get that artifact and those chips, and maybe stretch for that first one. I'm not sure what I'll do on my ults. I'll probably see how they're doing on scrolls and gems. Because remember, a month from now is Anniversary. Anniversary does tend to give a lot of free scrolls. Like last year it gave 700 free scrolls. The year before that I think it was 300. So you're going to get a bit of a top of scrolls in all likelihood, but it is still a big event. You may still want to be going in on it. So don't go crazy on this if it'll impede your ability to engage with a better event. And there are going to be better events than this. This one is all right, but it's not great. And yeah, don't waste your resources on this if you're going to need them later. If you've got extra, maybe. If you think that you want to go on it, sure. But I do still think it's better than the existing week's events. The upcoming is the better one if you're going to spend on one of the two. But I don't love anything beyond the relay. The relay, I think, makes some sense. Anything past that is really the realm of big whales. So that's basically my views on this. Let's flip over to the Chinese just to show a couple things I didn't show here. Yeah, so basically the only relevant stuff, well, for one, the way they displayed this is interesting. They moved this a side-by-side picture. I don't like it. But yeah, it's got a bit more information on these guys. This is where I got the information on how much it takes to go through the different levels of corrupted, whatever they're called, corrupted floors. And the other important note is the VIP rewards. So for every $3 you spend, you get one event currency. That's why I say $750, is you can get up to 250 of these. The loops for the summons give you 80. This guy gives you 35, the relay gives you 45, so that's 160, plus 250 is 410. If you do the math, you would need 416 to max it out if you low roll everything, but crit chances are going to be high enough that that's not a real risk, so you're going to be able to do it in 410. Yeah, that's the bulk of it. Like, there isn't a lot else here that isn't in the other one. Yeah, whether they include the cat or not. Oh, the prices on the relay is the other thing that wasn't in the English. Yeah, that's about it for the Chinese. Yeah, so it's not a bad event. I would probably just on most accounts spend the gems for that artifact, and on a few accounts I would look at the relay, maybe look at maxing it out if you're a big spender. But yeah, that's basically my take on it. One other thing I wanted to add here is that I did do a live stream reaction to the spoilers. You can find that. I will have the link for that in the description. I'm probably not going to do this every week, but I expect I probably will for the big events, the next one being the anniversary in about a month's time. So if you are interested in seeing a very sleepy version of me react to the news about a big event, that will be a thing I do occasionally. I will have links for it in the usual Discord channels where most of you are finding my content in the first place. And yeah, it'd be kind of fun to come out and see a few people talk and analyze the event in real time, try to figure out what's what. Got a couple viewers for this one, and I hope to see more next time. Thanks. Anyway, that's about all I've got for this week. I'll talk to you again next week with a new event review. Thanks, and have a good one. Bye.